Hello, and welcome to Rooster Tells a Tale. Sit back, grab a coffee, a croissant, or your choice of delectable delight. These are the true stories of a man who did things and stuff, and other things and stuff. A man who lived in a world uncertain, and certainly lived. Enjoy. Previously.
The very first story that we're going to be telling is the first time that I took edibles. Okay, the very first time, and I want to start from the very beginning. So this happened. It was late at night. It was a weekend. I think it was like a Saturday. I was still working at Supreme, but we had a TV in the bedroom at the time, and we were just chilling watching some shows. And she had like this piece of chocolate.
I gave him a piece that was like this, right? So this my square, right? That's what I gave him.
I don't think that that's accurate.
I ran it the whole time in the background. He's running back and forth in the hallway talking about, I can't breathe. You baby, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what to do. He's like, call 911. No. And tell them what?
No.
Lips is blue. Fingertips blue. You would have thought he was the walking corpse. He was, what is this from the show? Slaying House of People. What is this? Minecraft? What's the show called?
Minecraft Extreme?
What is this show called?
No, time out. We need to talk about how you called it Minecraft
I
Extreme.
don't know the name of the show.
Game of Thrones, the White Walkers.
There you go. He's one of them shits, right? My man's was pale as fuck.
Yeah, I was blue, pretty much.
Oh my God. I was like, yo, I think he's dying. This guy took anxiety, high anxiety, to a whole nother fucking level. Had on this very, very thin, old, washed, 3/4 sleeve t-shirt that he had on joggers and flip-flops. And that's why my man's was so cold.
You're jumping the story.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not. I'm telling you I'm not. I'm explaining why you was cold.
But,
and then all the windows was open and it was October. So
okay.
Eating a piece of candy was making my man's go hard.
Okay.
I'm really cold. I'm like, all right, let me get the space heater. Got the space heater. Nothing worked.
So after the shower situation, yeah, that happened. So I was literally buck naked. I didn't want to put clothes on. I don't know why. I think it was because I was fucking high, right? I didn't want to put clothes on. She puts a space heater on me. I'm over here fucking shivering my ass cheeks off in the bed, all right? And I'm adamant at this point in time. I'm like, cops, I need to go to the hospital, right? Because I'm convinced that I have COVID, right? So she calls the ambulance, and the ambulance is on the way, right? And she turns to me, she goes,
"You're naked in the bed. You need to put on clothes before they arrive because they are coming and they're gonna be here fast."
Right? So I'm like, all right. So I put on these thin ass joggers. They're like thin with no underwear on. Zero underwear on, okay? And it's cold outside. I just throw them on. I put on this thin ass, it's like a 3/4 sleeve, like it goes up to here, right? Like shirt, that like a sleep shirt, right? I'm looking crazy, okay? And I just have fucking chanclas on, okay? Like flip-flops, toes out, flip-flops, okay? That was my appropriate attire to go outside. She turns to me and she goes,
"Are you sure you want to wear that? It's cold."
I'm like,
"Yes."
I say emphatically, yes, 100%. This is what I want to wear to go to the fucking hospital. Okay? The EMTs finally arrive, and I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at. I think I'm in the hallway or I'm in the room. I'm bugging out. And she's talking to the EMTs, and they're like, I remember hearing one question when I was in the hallway, I think. And they're like, "Are you sure he wants to go to the hospital?" And I just like yelled out in the hallway, "Yes, I want to go to the hospital." Right? And it's just these two dudes. I don't even remember what their faces look like, but it's just two dudes at the door. And they come in, and I go to the door, and she's like, Are you sure you want to go? I'm like, yes. I'm continuously explaining, like, yes, I need to go. I can't breathe.
But clearly I'm fucking breathing, right?
I'm just fucking freaking out. So they both of the EMTs look at each other, right? It was like some shit out of a comedy movie. They look at each other, they just like shrugged, and they were like, okay, let's go, right? Like some shit like that. They were just like, all right, let's go. Let's go to the hospital, right? So I fucking leave, and then Misty's like, I'm coming with you, give me a second, let me get dressed. And the EMTs are like, no, we can't let you come because of COVID restrictions. It has to be just a patient. So like right then and there, it was like all of the fucking the more anxiety on top of that, right? Because I wanted her with me, but now she can't come because of COVID, right? So now I'm freaking out, and they're like, you have to make a decision. Do you want to come or not? I'm like, yes. So finally go out. I'm walking down the stairs, fucking chanclas, toes out and all. I finally get into the fucking back of the EMT. And on the ride over to the hospital, these motherfuckers are making fun of me in the EMT. Like literally, as if I'm not there. They're talking about me like your boy's not in the back freaking out that he's high as shit right now, right? So I was so mad. I was getting so angry. They're like, oh, this dude is so high, like da 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 da. And they were like saying like, oh, his wife took way more than him and he's freaking out. Bro, I weigh 100 pounds soaking wet. Like, what did you think? Okay? What did you think was gonna happen? So I finally get into the hospital, right? I'm there, and the EMT just disappears. The dude just disappeared. I don't even know where he went. I think he went to like check in, and I just walked straight in. Like I just wandered in, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? There's mad people in the hospital. You gotta understand the time. It's during COVID time, so there's just people coughing, people with like wounds, people with diseases and shit in the hospital. Okay, so in the middle of the room, it's like a row of gurneys. Right, it's like maybe like 4 or 5 gurneys, right? So I walk in, and then I turn around and I see the dude. He's like by like the check-in station or whatever. I had my wallet with me, so I go over there, and he's just like, dude, like just go sit down, like find a seat and go sit down. So I do. So I'm sitting at the opposite end of the gurney. So when you walk into the emergency room, there's like a table to the left. There's like a little like walkway that goes to the left, and then there's a row of gurneys, like 5 gurneys, and then there's seats beyond that. So I'm sitting directly in front of a gurney, right? And I'm freezing my ass off because it's cold in the hospital. I don't have shit, okay? I don't have a blanket, I don't have a hoodie, I don't have nothing, okay? And I'm just there shivering my ass off. I'm just like looking at my lap, just trying to like not think about the fact that I'm freaking the fuck out because I'm high, and also fucking freezing cold. Directly in front of me, in the gurney in front of me, there's this Hasidic Jew who's on the gurney, right? And something had happened to him. I don't know. I started eavesdropping, okay? I did, and he's on the phone, and they looked young. They looked like they must have been in like their early 20s, maybe like just turning 20, something along those lines, right? So they look relatively young. And one of the dudes, he's standing up, he's on the phone, and then the other dude, he's like in the gurney, he's like got like some shit on his face, like, you know, he's holding his head like this, right? But he's lucid, like he's able to talk. So I hear them talking, and they're talking in Hebrew, and then the dude that was standing up hands the dude on the gurney the phone. And he just starts talking, and the next thing I hear is, I'm gonna fucking kill him, I'm gonna fucking kill that guy, da 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 da. And I'm just like, I start to immediately get nervous again, right? I'm like, what is happening, right? And then one of the nurses from triage comes over, and she's like,
you know what, like we need you to do this, that, like XYZ, so you can get admitted and we can check out to see if you have a concussion and all that type of stuff.
Right? So after a while, they're like talking, right? And the dude on the gurney, he asked the triage nurse, where's the bathroom? Right, so he takes the phone with him, he goes to the bathroom. Right, so the other dude he's like just waiting by the gurney, and then all of a sudden, he just turns around and walks towards the exit. Okay, and I'm just thinking like, okay, something's weird is happening, right? The next thing I know, I kid you not, the next thing I know, he comes in it looked like some shit out of a fucking movie. He comes in, he walks straight in, and then behind him are like 4 fat Hasidic Jewish dudes with like the hats, the curly cues, and some big ass gold chains on their neck. I'm not even kidding. They just walk in like they're about to fuck shit up, okay? Like, they just walk in like something's about to go down. Like, they're about to fucking start throwing guns and start busting caps all up inside the fucking ER room. I'm freaking the fuck out, okay? I'm freaking out because I'm seeing this, okay? So they come in, dude comes out of the bathroom. He walks out, he starts talking to them. He gets back on the gurney, right? The nurse comes over, she walks away again. And then they just left. They just leave the emergency room. I don't know how the fuck they didn't see that these guys left the emergency room, but they just literally just walked the fuck out. Then the next thing I know, the triage nurse comes over and she's like,
Where did they go?
"Want to do some checking?" Goes,
They just left.
and she's like,
Why the fuck did they leave? We needed to do tests on them and da da da.
she gets pissed. She's like screaming in the ER, and I'm just like, what is happening? I'm like, what is going on right now? Someone explain the situation to me, because I'm high, I'm cold. I don't know if this is a result of me hallucinating. Is this real? Is this really happening? I can't determine whether or not it's reality or not. Okay, I don't know if what I'm looking at is the truth. And I just need someone here to explain to me that this is really happening to me. Time progresses. I must have been in the triage section for like at least like 2 hours, freezing my balls off. So they finally get me a gurney and they lay me down or whatever. They, you know, the hospitals, they don't even give you like a quilt or nothing. They give you like it's like tissue paper to cover yourself with. Literally, it's like, it might as well be tissue paper. So I'm there freezing. They finally get me to a room, and it's in a room full of sick people. It's like people everywhere, right? And everybody's coughing and sick, okay? There's literally absolutely no type of, no type of privacy. I was sitting directly next to somebody. I don't even know who this person was, but the machine that he was connected to kept going off. Like, just beeping all fucking night, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything. So I'm in the thing, right? And they finally come. It must have been another hour after that to put the fucking IV in me to, like, you know, get me lucid and whatnot. As they're trying to put the IV in my arm, they somehow miss my vein. And I don't understand how you could miss my vein. Look at my fucking arm, bro. Like, look at this shit. Like, I am the veiniest bitch on the face of the earth. Yeah, how do you miss a vein on a skinny motherfucker? I don't know, but they missed it. They managed to miss my vein. Okay, they managed to miss it several times. So dude's poking around in my arm. He's just like, right? Finally gets it, right? And the whole fucking time that I'm in the hospital, this shit is just burning. Like, it feels like my arm got shot off. It just hurts. And I'm just there. I'm trying not to move my arm because it feels like a metal rod is in my arm, which practically it is, right? Because it's an IV, right? You know, in and out of sleep, like in and out of consciousness. The guy next to me, he's just like fucking bitching about the thing going off. He's asking the nurses like, what's going on? He's like,
Hey, is this thing supposed to be going off? Like, can someone help me? Da da da.
This is where it gets a little dark, okay? Throughout the night, I had woke up. It must have been at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that at this point in time. Whatchamacallit. So, there was like a blood curdling scream. Like, literally, it sounded like something out of a horror movie, right? And all I hear is this scream happen. It's just like horrifying. And then the next thing I hear is, he's dead, he's dead. He's dead, he's dead, he's dead. Okay, and I'm at this point in time, I'm thinking that I'm gonna die tonight in this hospital, and nobody's gonna know where the fuck I'm at. And because not even the doctors even knew what the fuck was going on. I somehow managed to fall back asleep in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how, but I did. I fell back asleep, and then I was woken up. It must have been like at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Fucking the doctor comes by, right? He's checking my levels. He doesn't even say anything to me. He doesn't even wake me up prior to doing this either. He just comes in, starts jiggling around my IV to wake me up, right? Like, first of all, fuck you for doing that, right? That shit hurts. He starts jiggling it around like, hey, are you awake? Like, literally where the fucking puncture wound is. And I'm just like, now I am, you fucking asshole. Like, you're jiggling around a piece of, a part of my body that is in pain. First of all, like, fuck you, right? And then he's just like checking shit on the monitors or whatever. I don't know what he's doing. And then he literally just fucking pulls it out. Like, just pulls it out. And this is not to mention, I forgot this part of the story. They did EKGs on me, okay? They had all the sticky things on your body that they put to do the EKGs. They never took them shits off. I'm there with the EKG things all over me, right? Like, I still have a shirt on, but they got them shits all over me. I went home with EKG stickers on me, okay? Anyways, so he just rips it out, right? And I'm like, I'm still like kind of high at this point in time. I'm like, okay, so what now? And he goes, you can go. And he just goes off into the hospital. That's it. I didn't get a invoice. I didn't get a bill. I didn't get shit. He was just like, you can go, and then just disappeared. He was just disappeared into the sunset of the hospital. I start to try to gather myself together. I'm getting like all of these things together, like my body. I'm starting to, make sure I'm looking good. I gotta pee really bad. So I go to the bathroom. I ask somebody where the bathroom is. They point up. I don't even know like how that's a possibility, but they point up. I had to ask somebody else where the bathroom was, and they finally directed me to the bathroom. The bathroom was like behind canisters, containers, and all this type of medical equipment. I kid you not, there was like a gurney in front of the fucking bathroom. So I literally had to climb over shit to get to the bathroom. And then when I finally got into the bathroom, it looked like something out of a fucking horror movie. It was like, there was like shit everywhere, like toilet paper. There was maybe pee or blood on the wall. I don't know. Something was on the wall. I finally relieve myself and I go, hey, where's the exit? How do I get out of here? And if you know anything about a hospital and an ER, trying to leave is like a maze. You don't know where the fuck anything is, where to go, or how to even get out. Okay, it's like it's designed in a way that it's purposefully supposed to keep you there, so you're confused, right? So I'm just trying to find shit. There's people moving around. There's people sick, people with COVID, right? I got my mask on. I'm like walking around trying to figure out where the fuck to go. I walked into an x-ray room. I walked into what looked like a morgue because there was a lot of lockers and shit. Not like lockers to put like your clothes in, but like, I don't even know, bro. This shit was a fucking nightmare. Okay, and then finally I find a security guard. And I'm like, I need to go. Can someone please show me where the exit is? And he's like,
Yeah, sure, I got you.
I'm like, finally someone could fucking help me get the fuck out of the ER so I could go home and actually sleep, right? So we walked through, and apparently I was right next to it. I didn't. Right, so I finally get home. And I just walk in, I'm just like EKG stickers on all over my fucking body. My wife helps me pull them off, and pulling them shits off is like ripping off your own skin. It's the worst feeling. And then look, it had them shits on my legs, bro. Look at my legs. Look at this. Yeah, hold up. I don't want to, look at this. This is a hairy ass leg, bro. It's skinny, but there's a lot of hair on my legs. Okay, there's a lot of fucking hair all over this. They had them shits all over my fucking legs. Okay, all over my legs. I was ripping off hair, and you know how painful that is. I don't have to tell you ladies how painful that is. It's like removing wax from a hairy ass fucking body. Okay, that shit is painful as fuck. My wife is just, she's laughing at me. She's crying at me because she's like, I was so worried. You know, we're both laughing. I'm telling her the story, and she's like, "Oh, are you sure you just weren't high and you weren't imagining this shit?" And I was like, "I don't know if I was or wasn't. It's something happened there at that point in time. There was something that happened in that ER, and I don't know if I was just imagining it because I was high. I don't know how true this is, but it happened. It's something that happened in a point in time of my life. It happened. Something happened. I think it was the day of my wife had told my brother, right? And my brother just goes, "You should have just called me. I would have went to go pick you up," because he lived close to me. I'm just like, "Bro, no, absolutely not. Like, no, that's too embarrassing." And he's like, "Dude, I'm your brother." I'm like, "I don't care. I don't want you to see me like that." He's like, "I would have talked you out of going to the ER. I would have just told your ass to sit down, drink some water, and shut the fuck up." But yo, you don't understand how adamant I was about going to the ER. I was convinced that I had contracted COVID immediately. Okay, I was just like, nobody was gonna tell me otherwise. Nobody was gonna say that going to the ER was not a mistake. And now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
And I'm never gonna fucking do that shit again. This happened in for realis lifeis. This for real happened. Okay, to me, it was an experience that I think it was like a couple of years ago at this point in time. It was like 2-3 years ago. All that to say that I don't fuck with drugs anymore at all. The only thing that I do is alcohol, and that's very sparse. If I ever do drink at all, because I really don't drink. I think the only time that I ever drink is when I'm playing The Quarry, because that game freaks me the fuck out. But yeah, or any type of horror game. I think that's probably the only time I ever drink. But I really don't drink, okay? And this is all to say, please guys, just be careful. Look, I'm not gonna tell you guys what to do or how to do it, okay? You guys know the limits of your body, all right? I am a skinny person, so I need to watch myself when I'm doing these types of things. But if you're ever at a point in time where you're exploring these types of substances, right? If you're doing something, please just do it in a safe environment where you feel safe, and just know your limitations. Like, that's the main thing, okay? Just know your limitations and stick to your limitations, because anything can go wrong. And you don't want to end up in the fucking hospital like me, dealing with the Jewish mafia and other crazy shit. You just don't want to do it. It's not a fun time. It's not a fun situation. You don't want to do it ever, okay? So, that's my Saturday morning story. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. It was funny. It was an awful thing that happened to me. I'm not sure if there's anything else that I'm missing from that story. Is that everything? That's pretty much everything. All right, guys. Well, this is a new series. This is Rooster Tells a Tale. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed this story for your morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everything you do. If you did like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. You know what the deal is. And as always, my friends, peace, much love. I will catch you on the next one.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of Rooster Tells a Tale. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this story. If you didn't like this story, too bad. Don't forget to ring the bell to be informed of new uploads. Do you have a story to tell? Email yours with the subject My RTT at the email address on screen. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.